Hi, I'm Ram, and in this episode of GCP Production Ready video series, we will fix a common security issue that almost every developer accidentally deploys the public IP address. If you are spinning up compute instances in Google Cloud with a default public IP, you are giving malicious bots a direct doorway to scan, brute force, and attack your infrastructure 24/7. I mean, they keep trying, and sometimes they do succeed. So today, we will build a bulletproof, isolated VM sandbox, completely locked down from the public internet. We will start by wiping out Google's default network, and we will implement a zero trust perimeter using Identity-Aware Proxy for secure access, and then we will deploy a managed egress path so that our server can download system updates without exposing a single open port. It is very clean, very secure, and that is how real cloud architects build production environments. Let us now jump into the console. Thank you. Hi. Welcome to the demo. I need to enable the Compute Engine API as I'll be creating VMs here. I need to connect my project to the billing account. Now that we have a default project, the first thing I do is I delete the default network. The default VPC network, I meant. Now we'll create a new VPC network. I will give it a name and a subnet name, and I'll be selecting a range, IP range for that. So I think I give a /20 when I select the subnet IP range. So that should give room for a lot of devices. The region is US Central 1, and you see the IP range there. Right now I'm inspecting the values, default values, and we could leave these values as such. And we are ready to hit the create VPC network. So now we have the VPC network created, and we are going on to create a VM. I give a name. I select the type of the machine, and then I go to the OS and storage, and I change the boot disk type here and the size of it. And I'm on the networking tab, making sure that the VM is on the network that we created. And the main thing here is you don't want to assign an external IP address. So remove the ephemeral and change it to none, and click done and hit the create, and this VM will be created. So now we have the VM created with no external IP. We'll try to do an SSH. This is going to fail for obvious reasons. Because you don't have a firewall rule. We already deleted the default network, right? So now we go back. We have to create a firewall rule, and we name it as allow SSH through IAP. And it applies to our demo dev VPC1 VPC network we created. For my demo, I'm saying all instances in the network will be used, and the range is the Google's IAP servers, and then the protocol is TCP and port is 22. I hit create, and the firewall rule is created. Now let's try to log in to the GCP network starting to start with, and then I select my username from the Google. Now we have logged into the GCP. Now I'm going to do an SSH through to the VM, and I'm tunneling through the IAP here. If you look at the command line syntax, and now I'm trying to ping. This ping is going to fail because though the firewall let me in, there is no public IP. So these any command that you try to execute is going to fail. So internet related commands. So now we'll be creating a Cloud NAT and an associated Cloud Router. So that would assign a public IP for our VM. So now we have the gateway name entered, and I need to create a router for the NAT. I create the Cloud NAT Router, and we are going to simply allow only the specific IP range that we created to make outbound communications. That's what I'm doing here. Basically, I'm saying that, hey, this is the exact range that can communicate with the outer world. And the Cloud NAT IP address is automatic. So Google will assign a public IP address when we try to make an outbound communication. So that is, you could leave it as automatic, and that is a recommended option. Now I'm ready to hit create. So we have the Cloud NAT created, so we should be able to do outbound communications from this point onwards. So I log in again to GCP, select an account. Once I logged into GCP, now I do an SSH again. I tunnel through the IAP. And now you see the SSH succeeded. Now I'm into the box. I'm going to simply try to install Node.js for the heck of it. So yeah, you can see that I was able to download, and now I'm going to install the Node.js just for kicks. Installation is not really a part of the demo here, but nevertheless, you are able to download something from the internet or anything that you want. Thank you. That's all for the demo. And that is how you build a production ready lockdown infrastructure sandbox in GCP. If you take nothing else away from this video, remember these 3 core architectural principles. 1, never give your backend VMs a public IP. Number 2, front end your isolated VMs with Cloud NAT and Cloud Router. And number 3, this is if you are building for an enterprise or managing large scale projects, delete the default VPC network immediately. I hope you like this video. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below letting me know your thoughts on this episode. Thank you very much for watching.